Happy Monday, everybody! You're listening to the Personal Playlist Podcast, fondly referred to as the P3. I'm Noah Daniel.
Music is a world within itself, with a language we all understand.
I am so excited to have LaTeezeon Humphrey Balentine here on the Personal Playlist Podcast. LaTeezeon is a compassionate woman of many inspiring talents who is working on finding her purpose and leaving a respected legacy. She's a wife, mother to 3 boys and 3 dogs, an educator, consultant, children's book author, influencer, mentor, mental health advocate, and literacy advocate for children. Welcome to the show, LaTeezeon.
Hello, and thank you so much for the opportunity.
It's my pleasure. Tell us a little bit about when you left the classroom and became a consultant.
Well, I spent 10 years in the classroom. I taught 4th grade, I taught 5th grade, 9th grade English, 10th grade English, 11th grade English, and 11th grade English is kind of where I left it. And basically, I put it out there in the atmosphere that I wanted something where I could be more available to my family, and something that would grant me the opportunity to possibly take my boys to Disney World. And as an educator, it's kind of sad that, I couldn't vision that being an educator, but I mean, with our salary and with how much we spend on so many other things, I couldn't see Disney World in the future anytime soon. So that was my goal. And, God kind of just like placed it in my in my area. I knew I wanted to stay in the education area because I absolutely love education. 3 generations of educators in my family. So I knew I wanted to stay in the education field, but I just knew that it was something else that I was supposed to be doing. And so with the company that I work for, which is Education Galaxy, I absolutely love the programs that we offer, and I believe in them because I was like, how can I go to schools and, try to get them to purchase our products if I didn't believe in them. So it took some time for me to sit down, actually go through the programs and play them and look at the incentives that they give. And it's well put together. The people that started, or the owners of Education Galaxy, they used to work for Study Island. And when Study Island went corporate, they didn't like that. So they left and went and created Education Galaxy, and it's located in Texas. And in all honesty, they have inside sales rep. They didn't plan on having an outside sales rep for my state, but when they interviewed me, it was because of my interview is why they chose to bring me on. So I'm blessed. I can't say it enough. I'm honestly blessed, and it happened so fast because they interviewed me that Monday, and then they were like, "Well, we have other interviews and things that we have to go through, so we'll get back to you before the end of the week." Well, Tuesday morning, I woke up and I was talking to my husband while we were getting dressed, and I was like, "Honey, this and that, and if I got that, this and that." And he was like, "Oh my gosh, if you don't get this job, I'm going to have to put you in the crazy home." And Lord and behold, I was sitting in class, and my first period block, I have 11th and 12th graders, and I basically just kind of helped them prepare for the ACT, and I received a text message from the gentleman that interviewed me, who's now my boss, and he was like, may I have a few minutes of your time? And I was like, absolutely, like, of course, like, you're waiting for this moment. And here I am thinking I'm going to wait the entire week for this moment. And it happened the very next day, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I had to hold my composure when they asked me if I was interested, and I said yes. And, we only talked for about 2 or 3 minutes. And when I got off the phone, I just went crazy. My kids were so happy because they knew the circumstances that I was under. It wasn't a great situation where I was. I didn't have the best support system that I needed there. And it wasn't my children at all. It was above my children. So it wasn't like, my gosh, these children are horrible, I have to teach them every day. No, they made my day. It was the things that I didn't have control over that was causing me so much stress and unnecessary added stress that affects your health. And so I just prayed to God about it, and he put it in my favor, and he looked out for me. He looked out for me big time. So that's where I am job wise, and I absolutely love it. It's a type of job where I'm able to take my children to school and pick them up, and that was key to me because I had took a leave of absence from my job, my prior job, and those few weeks that I had to take my boys and pick them up, it just gave me just a sense of, I know they're safe. I safely dropped them off. I safely picked them up. They're okay. And I got so much out of doing that. And I was like, gosh, I just wish that I would be able to do this every day, but still be able to provide for my family. And God made a way. I spoke on it, and I actually made a tweet about it, and I put it out there into existence, and it made way, and it happened. So
That's really amazing. Congratulations.
thank
And there's
you.
more excitement in your future because you are a children's book author and your book is almost out. Is that what's happening?
Yes. The name of it is Fur Friends Forever, and it's about two of my dogs. We have three, but in book 2 is when I introduced dog 3 because she kind of came along then. But the first story is actually like a real life story. It's about my dogs Abigail and Lincoln, and they used to have a little friend named Molly, and Molly was a stray dog that would come and visit. And my story, it tells about their friendship, and it just gives a sense of, it tells about friendship, peer pressure, and family too, and just looking out for each other. And basically, at the end, Molly, something happens with Molly, and whatever happened with Molly, we don't know. And in real life, we don't know, because honestly, after I wrote that story, Molly, we never saw her again. And so I created, the kind of end at the story that kind of, shares that. And part of the proceeds that I receive are going to go to the animal shelters here in Mississippi. And they're going to be in honor of my dog Abigail, because we received Abigail from an animal shelter. So, of course, the first one I'm going to donate to is the one that I got her from. And we've had her for about four years now. And then Lincoln, I've had him. He's like he is 7. He's 7 and she's 4. And then we have the third one that we were introduced, which is called the New Sister, and she's a German Shepherd, and she gets introduced in book 2. So, and it's quite as adventurous as book 1 is. So, we're in the focus group stage. That means I've sent it to about 5 or 6 people to read and kind of give their feedback on it. And I posted on my Twitter, I took a little snippet from 2 of the reviews that came back, and I posted those little snippets on my Twitter account so that people could kind of see what they have had to say about the books. And everything has been positive so far. One has come from an educator, and she was saying the different ways she could use it within the classroom. And I was just like, oh, that's awesome. And then I'm actually going to add like 5 comprehension questions at the end, so that if teachers wanted to read it in class and then ask the kids the different kinds of questions, there'll be some at the end available for them to ask the students. So we're very excited. I think after focus group, we should be out in about the next month or so. So it's near. It's getting near. I'm so ready to have the exact launch date because I'm going to have a launching party, and I'm like getting the dogs a cake. I was like, well, honey, what goes? I'm like, what goes in the dog's cake? Like, I know people get their cakes made, but what goes in them? And I was like, I don't know. We're gonna find one. We're gonna find them a dog cake, and they're gonna have one with their picture on there because it's because of them that I had the idea put
It's so
together.
great that your 3 dogs were your inspiration. I want to
Absolutely.
talk about the inspiration for your 3 songs that you brought to the show here today. How did you go about choosing your nostalgic identity and pick-me-up songs?
Well, music therapy is very important to me. I am a mental health advocate, and I feel music is a wonderful way of just being that outlet for some people. Sometimes you're just down and you just need that one song that's just gonna, turn it around for you or help give you that push. And so I'm like a music fanatic, and when it came to having to choose 3 songs, I was like, how am I going to do this? Like, I don't know how I'm just gonna actually sit here and just pick just 3 songs like that. But they all came to me quickly. Like, they all came very quickly. I don't know what the first one that we're gonna play. It recently came to me like a day or 2 ago, but it was the lyrics to it. It meant so much to me. Butterflies mean everything to me, and I haven't quite figured out why. I'm still trying to, I keep thinking I'm a butterfly and I'm going through the process, and eventually I'm going to get to the heights where I fly and I soar. So, butterflies are important to me. And so, one of the songs is entitled Black Butterfly, and one of the songs, I heard it on a short film that I watched called Black Butterfly. And so I was like, that's crazy. The Black Butterfly, watched the short film. I got a song from there. And then there is one song entitled Black Butterfly. And then I have the Rise Up, and Rise Up has just, it means everything to me because I want to be that person for anyone that I can be. Like her lyrics, you're broken down and tired, and we're going to see it through. I'm going to help you through. We're going to walk it out. And I'm just like, I want to be that person for whoever needs it, to know that you're not alone. You always, if you need me, I'm right here. And you might not even know me, but get to know me and know that I'm going to be right here for you, and we'll get through it.
That's such a special thing to say, but I want to start really unpacking each of the songs. So your nostalgic song sends you back to a certain time. Why don't you help introduce it so we can play it for everybody?
Okay, so my nostalgic song is entitled I'm on My Way. And I'm on my way. It's just a way of how I feel, where I am in my life now, and I feel like that I'm reaching my destiny. It's an emotional song, so I don't want to get too much emotion to it, but I just want people to know that I don't look like what I've been through, and I've been through a lot. So when I heard the words to this song and the fact that I'm headed to my destiny, I'm headed to my victory, and that there are no chains holding me back, it means so much because of the things that I've been through in the past and have had to endure. So I would like to introduce to you I'm on My Way by Anton Milton and the Glorified.
I'm on my way to my destiny, to victory. I'm on my way. No chains holding me. It's right in my reach. I see clearly. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to my destiny. To my destiny. Say to victory. I'm on my way. Come on, say I'm leaving my past behind. It's right in my reach. My future looks real bright. Declare it in the future. I'm on my way to my destiny. To victory. I'm on my way. Yes, I am. Yeah.
What a mantra for looking forward. But it sounds like looking back is so hard, and music can really help you move
Yes.
beyond circumstance.
Absolutely. I know that I had a student one morning sent me a message at like 6 a.m. and she just said that I was going to go through a storm, but she gave me a scripture, and the scripture just basically just told me that no matter what I was going to go through, that God was going to be with me. And she prophesied it, and she was correct. But every time it would be a little problem or a little storm, I'm like, okay, this is what she was talking about. And then I would get another one. I'm like, okay, this is the one she was talking about. I had no idea the real one that she was referring to. And I was like, this is the one she was really referring to. And I knew exactly what she meant, because at that particular moment, I needed to know that God was with me, because I felt like I was all by myself, and that the things that took place at that particular time it was meant to break me. And I knew it was meant to break me, but I knew that he was with me and I was gonna be okay. And it was I thank her for that, and I'm still in contact with her to this day. In fact, I took she's a part of the mentees that I have, and we're creating Valentine's Day bags to take to the nursing home. And I gave the stuff to her mom this morning, and so she'll be helping get the bags created so that we can go drop them off at the nursing home on Thursday. So I'm still in contact with her. So I'm like, if she has anything else she needs to tell me or let me know, she has my number, and we stay in contact. So
It's
that's
always powerful when people come out of nowhere saying things like that, and then giving you the source
yes.
of comfort that you really need, or at least telling you about that light that you need. But your identity song is so much about the metamorphosis inside of you, and your reference to butterflies and what they mean in that hope of flying. Tell me about your identity in terms of this song.
So my youngest son had a Black History program, and I had the pleasure of attending, because that's one of the great things about now is that I'm able to be there for the special moments. And he sung this song, and when he sung it, and he has that sense of music as I do. He picks it up. He learns every song that's in the car. But when he sung this one and I could hear it coming from him, and I was like, oh my gosh, we have to find this song so you can sing this with mommy. And when we found it, and just Black butterfly, sail across the waters, tell your sons and daughters what the struggle brings. Black butterflies set the skies on fire, rise up even higher so the ageless winds of time can catch your wings. And I just thought that was it was like it just spoke to me, and I said, yeah, that's you right now. That's where you are now. So
That's so amazing. Let's listen to it together.
okay.
Morning light, silken dreams take flight as the darkness gives way to the dawn. survived. Now your moment has arrived. Now your dream has finally been born. Black butterfly, sail across the waters. Tell your sons and daughters what the struggle brings. Black butterfly, set the skies on fire. Rise up even higher, so the ageless winds of time can catch your wings. While you slept.
I can hear in all the things you're saying the pride that you feel in the place that you're in right now. When you hear that song, what's it saying to you?
Just definitely just the words, write the timeless message clear across the sky so that all can read it and remember when we need it that a dream conceived in truth can never die. And that's just, saying put it out there, and God just said that he would, never forsake us, and he would be there, and he has this plan for us, and no one ever said it was going to be easy to ever get there, but sometimes you have to go through in order to get through so that you can you know be that testimony and say that that he is real, and just spiritual, that there.
No, but that's so beautiful, and it leads perfectly to that Pick Me Up song, because really it's a motivational song.
Absolutely.
And this song was adopted by the Black Lives Matter movement, but it's also really, her work has helped to shed a light on a lot of different stories. I know she did Billie Holiday's Strange Fruit recently to look at the Equal Justice Initiative. And Andra Day, the way she sings this song, it is like an anthem. So
Mhm.
why did you choose it for this song today?
It has been my anthem. That was the one song that I knew for sure I wanted, because when it was like, pick me up and inspiration, that's exactly what I thought about. A couple of, actually, the beginning of last year, before we came back for school, we had to meet, and they asked us, what song best describes you, or how you feel, and this was a song that I chose. So this song sticks with me, because like I said, I just want people to know that they're not alone, and that there are people out there who are very compassionate and caring, who that feels like that's their purpose, is to be there and to help others, and I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. So
That's really beautiful. Okay, let's listen to it. Audra Day, Rise Up.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out, and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. The silence isn't quiet.
How are you feeling about sharing your playlist with me today?
I hope it's inspiring. Because I wanted to do that little part, when the silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. It's like just giving somebody hope, you know, because there are times when I'm just like down and I'm like, Lord, how? Like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get through this? And I instantly always, I think about my boys and I think about the fact how I want to leave a respected legacy for them. My name is my Humphrey is my maiden name, and I keep it because of my grandfather, and that's my mom's dad, and he received his doctorate, so he's Dr. Humphrey, and I'm like, I don't know. Dad, I always call him dad because I always felt like he was my dad. So I would call him dad. I'm like, Dad, I don't know if I'm gonna get to my doctorate, but I want to make sure that it's not, a doctorate is just like a piece of paper. I just want to make sure that the things that I'm doing serves purpose and has a purpose, and it leaves a legacy that can and will be respected. So I won't let go of Humphrey, and I won't let go of it, and it's in honor of him. So
That's really special. I think in this whole conversation, you've looked back and you've looked at yourself straight in the mirror and you've looked forward, and there's so much beauty and love in what you do. And why don't you tell people how they can find you?
I am located on Twitter. I'm like a Twitterholic. So I'm usually always there, and it's at LHB Loves EDU. I'm on Instagram. It's also at LHB Loves EDU. I have a website, and it's called www.lhbwithlove.com. So it's a lot of love. I always send love.
A lot of love.
Anything I can put with love in it. And on Facebook, it is LaTezeon Humphrey Balentine.
It's so nice, and we'll make sure that all of that information is out there. And you say you love Twitter. I also really love Twitter. What is it that speaks to you about Twitter so much?
Twitter has changed my life within 1 year. In all honesty, I started on Twitter back in November of 2018, and I had about maybe 400 followers, and now I've grown to over 5,000. When I did Donors Choose projects, I had at least 23 or 24 projects funded over a matter of 6 months. Um, I'm constantly giving back to Donors Choose projects. Most recently in July, Miss Courtney Jones started to clear the list with the Amazon list. So I got very involved in helping clear list and being blessed to
I love
have
those
my
lists. Yeah.
list cleared. I did a list for my my mentees, and I created them survival kits, and I'm gonna surprise them with that on Thursday. So while they are thinking that they're going to just go and give back to the nursing home, I actually have survival kits for them, and I have 3-minute devotional books with each of their names in there. So I'm looking forward to giving them that, and just knowing that they know that I'm there, and here to support them in any way that I possibly can. So I might not necessarily be in the classroom with them anymore, but I'm still phone call, text message, drive away. So, they know that I'm here for them if they need me.
You're an educator to the core, and it's so nice to have met you and spent time with you. Is there anything you want to add before I play you out?
Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Just to be able to have my voice heard. And that really means a lot. And, I hope that what I've said tonight and the songs that I've given out, resonates with people, and that they know that if they need just someone to listen to them, to please reach out and contact me.
Okay, well, I'm sure that they will. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day.
You too.
Thank you for joining us on the P3. the Personal Playlist Podcast. I'm Noah Daniel. This is Voice Ed Radio, and I hope you have a fantastic day.